guys and girls, Gallifrey Forever 97 and welcome to today's Doctor Who action figure review. Today I'm reviewing the History of the Daleks Set 2 as a part of the new B&M 2020 range, and this is from the Dalek Invasion of Earth, and we see two Daleks in this. One is a drone Dalek from that story and the other is the Supreme Saucer Commander Dalek. So we're taking a look at the new figures and comparing them to the original. First of all, let's take a look at the packaging. This uses the Doctor and Dalek style packaging which we saw in the 50th Doctor and Dalek wave and last year's big finish sets. We've got Doctor Who logo and graphics of the TARDIS, one kind of face on the left hand side, tells you which story it's from, tells you what is included, 5+ logos, character logos and website information. On the back, promo images of the two Daleks. We have synopsis about the story so you can re-familiarise yourself with the Dalek Invasion of Earth story. Plus we get a bio on the Dalek props, telling us what happened to the first original ones, how they were updated, made taller, new eye design. So it's a great kind of evolution, which is a really great thing to see from the first set, which we have as a part of this wave, and how they've kind of been upscaled, which is what they actually did in the show. So that's the packaging. Let's open the figures up and take a look inside. The inside artwork is special to this story. So this is the set which was built with the bottom of the Dalek ship. You can see inside the door there's a couple Daleks going about. But on the left hand side we've got London in the 21st century, of course all kind of worn, like wartime. Got some writing on the bottom which says vertical takeoff, and you've got a little plaque which the Daleks come out of and exterminate a load of human beings. So yeah, it's a really nice 3D design and I'm really excited to see what they do for the other sets if we get any more. So I'm going to take a look at the drone Dalek first, and I'm going to look at the Saucer Commander last. We'll use the drone Dalek to show off the articulation, as both are the same. So head can do the full 360. I've noticed with these Daleks they're very stiff head. The gun and the plunger can move in any direction you want as it's ball jointed. And there's 3 wheels at the bottom so you can go in any direction you wanted to, like going to camera and saying, "We are the masters of Earth." Sorry for that terrible Dalek impression. On to detail now for this drone Dalek from the Dalek Invasion of Earth. So this is a really good opportunity to army build, as the original was released in the SFX Daleks first wave. I picked up 2. One was okay and the other had the slats disjointed. I don't think I realised it until I got the packaging. I was like, oh, if you're combining these, be careful for that as well actually, because I've seen a few online that have had this issue. I did actually create my own custom Dalek Invasion of Earth before they released an SFX version, because it is a simple thing to do. It's great because that's what the original production did, and that's what character would be able to do with this toy as well. So the basis, of course, is the Dead Planet Dalek, which it obviously was in the show, with a bigger base, which kind of uses like the movie style base, like kind of bigger scale, and obviously you've got the saucer dish on the back and the new eye colour. But the exact same kind of new paint applications. So the dome, the middle section and the bottom section of the Dalek have been painted this luminant silver, which really popped. And you've got the matte grey in the middle. This luminant colour also goes to the ball joint and the exterminator and the arm of the plunger, so that's really nice. The eye stalk has been painted black with the blue rings, which, watching Batman Master's review, I think that is incorrect, but you're not going to get perfect with these sets. And the actual eyepiece itself has been painted a silver with a black inner line in the middle. The dish is a really cool thing. I really like it. It's quite a funny thing to see. The evolutions, obviously this is their first adventure out of Skaro. We use the slats now, but this is a way of getting about, so quite funny. They're just like a massive dish on their back. But yeah, this has been painted like more of a darker grey. It sticks out more, but yeah, it's an interesting colour choice. Because it's based on the original, you can still see the SFX button, like where it should be. Of course, this one isn't sound effects, but you can still see where the button would be, as you can see a little sculpt around it. And of course the base has been painted black with minor scuffs. This will be different for everyone's, I think. I don't think it's going to be like a formulaic pattern. I think everybody's scuffs will be slightly different, which is quite cool to have your own unique Dalek. On the left we have the sound effects release of this Dalek drone from the Dalek Invasion of Earth. On the right we have the new version. So of course the paint applications are different, starting with the head. I believe the metal grey is roughly the same, might be a bit darker on the older version. This new Dalek of course has more of a shinier look to it. The other one is quite shiny, but in comparison the new one is more shiny. The eye stalk has the same paint applications. The black lining has actually gone the whole way this time, but it actually does stop with the older version. And as well, the actual eyepiece as well is actually wider. Obviously the 60s Daleks could zoom in and zoom out their eye, and this seems to be more expanded on this version, and the other one seems more central to like both extremes of like having it extremely open and extremely closed, which you've seen on these new variants in these sets. The source edition on the back is a bit more darker this time compared to the one left, which is more of a lighter grey, but there's not much different in it. The same translucent ears are used, and the ball joint for the Dalek plunger and gun on the original seems more pale compared to the new shiny version. And of course, the base on the sound effects version was obviously very kind of glossy and quite neat, and this new one seems like they've been around Earth for quite a while. So yeah, some really nice subtle differences, but not too subtle. Comparing it side by side, there's not that much difference, but there's a nice little couple of improvements there. On to the second Dalek of this 2-pack, and this is the Dalek Supreme / Saucer Commander. So this was released back in 2009 with the very first release of the first Doctor. So they did 2 packs for the first Doctor and the Dalek, and they also did one for Patrick Troughton and the Cyberman from Tin the Cybermen. But back in the day, this was super cool, and that was the only time it was released. I believe it was going to be released again for another sound effects wave, but that never came to fruition. But we have it here, so for people who don't have it, this is a really amazing opportunity. Also, carried over from the first History of the Dalek set, this is a new variant of this Dalek as the eye is more closed in. So if you have the original like myself, you now have 2 versions of this, one with the open eye and one with the closed-in zoomed eye. So really it's just painted black. It's the same eye stalk, of course, just zoomed in, which I've just painted the inside. Very simple, but really cool technique. The only silver is the middle section and the mesh gridding. It's got the same coloured dish on the back, more kind of scuffing, I think, on this version than the drone, which would make more sense for the drone to have more scuff stuff than the Supreme. I've noticed a couple little paint leaks, so just be careful when buying yours. And also, this uses the sound effects mould of this Dalek. All these new Daleks must use this mould, as obviously just painted it black, not use the original sculpt. They've just painted it onto a new sculpt, if that makes sense. It's really grand, not much else to say. It's an amazing sculpt, really great paint applications. So how does it compare to the original? Let's find out. And finally, compare the new Saucer Commander Dalek to the original 2009 version. Obviously the main variation for this, of course, is the eye. Obviously the original had the kind of open eye and this has the zoomed in eye, so for people who have the original, it's great to have a kind of different version of it, so it makes that version unique. But for this new one, you could quite easily buy 2 and just repaint the eye if you missed out, but it gives great 2 variations and sets it apart. The eye stalk in the original was silver, but this has been painted the same black as the rest of the Dalek. It's more of a darker, meaner blue, I'd say, on this new version. It seems quite a pale blue on the Dalek bumps on the original. And the saucer dish on the original was like a really shiny silver, but obviously with this new version, to keep it in line with the Dalek drone, they've gave it a kind of matte finish, which I do like. It kind of keeps the continuity of figures, which is really cool. There's a slight shine to the black, but it's mostly matte. Again, like the Dalek drone, you've got the scuffs on the new version and the more kind of polished finished version on the left. The ball joint uses more translucent plastic and the new one's been painted silver. But apart from that, it's the exact same, just with the new eye variation. And finally, here's a little diorama with the new Saucer Commander Dalek mixed in with 4 other drone Daleks. The one on the back right from this perspective is my custom one, which I use a Dead Planet Dalek, and the half-finished Saucer Command Dalek from the Dalek Collector Set 2. One's the sound effects, and I got 2 drones from this range, with the first Doctor and a Roboman. So what do I think of this new set? No complaints here, a really great re-release, amazing opportunity to get 2 rare Daleks. For me, it's great for new variants. It's a shame that the eye stalks don't come off, because it'd be really cool to interchange. So you can have the option to have like a closed-in eye for one of the drone Daleks. I suppose having just the Saucer Commander having it, it'd be really cool to have the option for the drone Daleks to have that as 2 interchange, but I think they're glued in, so I wouldn't try pulling it out. But yeah, some really great updated paint applications, making these more pop, which is the most exciting thing, I think, for the B&M sets. So it builds upon the original rare releases and gives us something new for people who have it, and giving the opportunity to get these gem Daleks, which are very, very supreme. Sorry I had to make that pun. So hope you enjoyed today's review. Please comment, like, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Links and stuff in the description below. What do you think of this Dalek Invasion of Earth set? Do you prefer this one or the other one from the original Dalek story? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. My final B&M 2020 review will be coming soon, and that is the second Doctor and TARDIS, and I've reviewed a whole range. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.